Hi there. Good morning, children. A warm welcome to 8th class students. Today, we are going to study the poem My Mother. My Mother is a short but sweet poem by prominent poet Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore was born in Kolkata in 1861. He is popularly known as the Vishwakavi. Vishwakavi means the universal poet, and he is also called the Gurudev. Gurudev means the divine teacher. Rabindranath Tagore was the founder of Shanti Niketan, an experimental school in Calcutta. He was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1913. He was awarded this prize for his outstanding literature, Gitanjali. Gitanjali means the song offerings. Here, Tagore was and is called the Vishwakavi only because of this masterpiece, Gitanjali. Gitanjali, the song of offerings, offers prayers to the God, the universal God. Here, Tagore doesn't name any name of God or any religion. His religion is universal. His God is unique. So, wherever the Gitanjali is read or recited, it appeals to all religions and the God in all entities. That is why he is rightly called the Vishwakavi. And the Gurudev means the divine teacher. Why he is called the Gurudev is he is the greatest of all teachers of this age. He taught the people through his writings, either poems or songs or his novels or plays. He taught to the Indian people the love for their country and unparalleled patriotism. So, he is called the Gurudev. In this short poem, Tagore conveys a message that mother is always respectable and always rememberable. She is to be remembered at any age, either at child age or young age or adult age or at old age, whatever it be. The mother is mother. She is always worth remembering. This is what Tagore conveys through this poem. And he also conveys for a study as a poem. In this, with very limited words, he conveys wider meaning. He created word magic. The word magic here is he created an imagery. Imagery means word picture. Picture of words that is formed in the mind of the reader when a reader reads the poem. In simpler words, an imagery is a mental picture formed in the mind of the reader. This is the artistic caliber of the poet. His choice of words forms a picture while reading. This is called imagery. In the first stanza of this poem, My Mother, the poet Tagore is successful in creating a sound imagery, which is also called auditory imagery. Auditory means relating to sound. Here, this imagery appeals to the ears. That means, whenever the reader is reading a poem, he comes across certain words that suggest sound. With these sounds, he imagines some sound picture in his mind. So, this is called an auditory imagery. In the first stanza, he creates this. Let us see the notes on first stanza. My Mother is a poem by Vishwakavi, the universal poet, Rabindranath Tagore. In this poem, the poet expresses his yearning. Yearning means a strong desire for someone missing. Here, the missing one is his mother. He feels he is missing his mother. However, he recalls his mother whenever he is affected by certain sensory feelings such as sound, smell, vision, etc., which are connected with the mother when she was alive. Here, why I say when she was alive, the mother might have died when the poet was too young to remember his mother physically. The poet's mother might have died when he was too young to remember his mother physically. He doesn't know what like she was. He can't remember now what like she was. But he remembers certain things about her. Her singing lullabies and humming some tunes of songs to put him to bed. This creates a sound imagery. The poet very carefully selected the words to create an imagery of sound. The poet, during his childhood, might have registered the sounds in his mind. So, whenever he comes across a pleasant humming sound, he is reminded of his mother's presence. When, as a child, played with playthings, he feels as if his mother hovered over the playthings. He feels so because she might have put playthings in front of him and bent over him when he was a child. And when he was put to bed, the mother might be singing some songs in a hum. Now let us see how the poet expresses his feelings through these short 5-line stanza. I cannot remember my mother. Only sometime in the midst of my play, a tune seems to hover over my playthings, the tune of some song that she used to hum while rocking my cradle. Let us read this poem stanza once again. I cannot remember my mother. Only sometime in the midst of my play, a tune seems to hover over my playthings, the tune of some song that she used to hum while rocking my cradle. The poet, through these lines, recollect, recall, bring back to mind the presence of his mother. He can't remember her physically, but through sensory perception of sound, he must have heard his mother singing some lullabies or some pleasing tunes These sounds must have been registered in his mind. Even now, he recalls those things, although he cannot remember his mother. In this stanza, he tells two things. One is the sound imagery, and the other is his love for his mother. And he also tells us that he was young. That means he goes back to his childhood in writing these lines. Now, let us see the meanings of some difficult words in this stanza. Remember means recall, recollect, bring back to mind. Mist, in the middle. Hover, hover means remain in the air, floating. Tune, a song. Hum, to sing a tune without moving your lips and without forming words. Here, when you hum some song, you cannot pronounce the words because you close your lips. But through that humming, you can understand its tune, and once you are familiar to that song, you will recall what song the given song is or poem is. Rocking. Rocking means moving back and forth or side to side gently. You might have seen some rocking horse in your house. When you are too young, your parents might have bought for you a rocking horse. You sit on its back and move to and fro. That means back and forth. And when you were a child, you might have been put in a cradle and you were rocked in that cradle side to side gently to put you to bed. That means to make you go to bed. Cradle. Cradle means a small low bed for babies with rockers. Here, the poet creates a sound imagery. This is also called auditory imagery that appeals to the ears, and he also conveys the time of his childhood in this stanza. In the second stanza, let us see olfactory imagery that appeals to nose. Thank you.